Welcome to issue 32 of the Titanic by Hachette, the ship, the legend. There's a lot to do and there's more details. Hope you enjoy. Yeah, there's a lot of parts for this issue, as you can tell. Ton of them. There's right. I'll go from one by one. I've set them up in the order they've in the book. So you got part A is valve for large pump. Then B is base of lubrication pump. Then you got detail B for large pump. Detail A for large pump. Then you got base for large pump. Detail A for lubrication pump. Got to get some lube in there. Part G is pressure gauge for large pump. This is absolutely tiny. I definitely have to use tweezers for this. H detail C for large pump. But I is, where is it? Tube for lubrication pump again. Then J is auxiliary engine part A. Then auxiliary engine part B. Then you got the vapor separator for the engine cylinder. These are all plastic anyway again. I told you last time there's a lot of parts this one around. That must be there. M is the pipe for large pump. You got N is control for large pump. O is detail. B for lubrication pump. Loads of pumps in this and lube. P is auxiliary engine part. C and valve part pipe. You got large pump connector. You got detail for large. D for large pump. Then you got valve control rods. These are nice big pieces. Reversing engine, similar to the one we had in the engine we put on last issue. And then we got big gangway, massive piece of plastic. And then you got two types of screws. Got FP and EPs. Phew. Right. And what you need, you're going to need the engine room base, and of course the engine we did last on Friday. All pipes are on there nicely. So put it to the side for a second, don't need it exactly right now. Again, best to get a toothpick and some super glue on a bit of plastic. What I usually do is the parts, the bags the parts come in. I do is I pour some glue onto that, one of those bags, and then you've got like a good area to put it in. Right, makes life a bit easier that way. Right, so first of all you need part P, K and J. Right. So if I keep these in order, it makes my life a bit easier. You take the engine part A. There's two holes here. And take the pipe and put a bit of glue on parts of the pins of the parts. They just go into the holes there. Like so. Simple as that. At the other end, which I've got to put some glue on. This part goes, it's got a hole on top that goes on the other end of the whole pipe. Like that. I'll do it for a few seconds, it should hold it in place after a little while. It's kind of weird, but I think that's what it looks like in the picture. Yeah, it does, right. So you take the engine block, and it goes on the side of the pump, side of the thing. So you've got these 2 or 3 holes. Try to get the orientation right. Yeah, so there's got 2 pegs on the end here. Don't know what that 3rd hole on the bottom is there, but it's not. You don't use that. There's only one way it goes in because there is 2 pegs, one big peg, one small peg, one big peg, so you can't get one way around. And if you got the way right, that little pipe you put on the end goes to the left like that. As easy as that so far. Make sure it stays in there. It's on there nicely now. Right, so turn it so it's that way around, so the part you just put on's on the right. Then you get the gangway. You got the 2 step ladders going this way. And so you got 4 like I don't know what they're called. Slats. I use my brush bit for this bit. Bigger the parts, the easier that way. Right. So you got the 4 indentations on the side here. Goes like that. Cool. That went in pretty easy. God, the amount of detail in this is crazy. Right, so hold that for a few seconds and turn the engine round again. Right, now vapor separator, part L, this big part. Okay. Okay, so we've got a peg there and a peg there, and they go in these 2 holes. I think. Yeah, they go in them 2 holes. Oh, it's very fiddly. Sorry if that was some off camera, but yeah, it was a little bit fiddly getting that in place. But it's put an angle. This part goes over the top of that other pipe, so yeah, it sort of goes in place like that. Once you push it in place, it stays in there really well. I put that to the side for a sec. Right, turn the engine round again for a sec. Right, so you need the 5, this part. There's a opening on the end here, and you need part Q. Is that L-shaped one? Of course, the end of the L goes into the hole. like so. I think it goes at an angle. It don't really show very well. Don't say really how it goes in properly. So just put it at some weird angle like that if you want. Give that a few seconds to dry. While you do that, see the two pegs on the back here. What's it? Bless me. And two pegs on the back there. Go into these two holes at the back here. Use this Coptic stick. And this very fiddly part goes into two holes. Somehow. And I said that's not going very well. I'll do this off camera. Be back secondly. That was a pain in the backside, that part. The holes or the pegs were either too small or the pegs were too big. So what I did was I got a scalpel and made the holes bigger, and just slightly bigger, and they're just enough to push it in. And the end of that pipe that went at an angle goes into this part, the back of the engine, so it lines it all up. Just super glue in place. Didn't really need to super glue these parts. These were such a tight fit after scraping it together. But right, next part, the reversing engine. Take me in there. There's a D-shaped hole here, and of course D-shaped peg part, and that'll just go in a D-shaped hole. Try to do this as much as I can on camera, but that last part, that was such a pain in the backside. These were obviously used quite a lot in the where the Titanic was going to hit the iceberg, trying to reverse, trying to stop it as quick as possible, try and get it at a different angle. And that's basically the engine complete, I think. I missed anything, have I? No, that's it. That's the engine to deal with today. Look at that. How crazy this is. Obviously there'll be other parts that could be connected to the thrust block, and then this. So close up camera of it. Good thing is now you've done this. I didn't even notice that came out off. That's a bit better. Now you've done this. When you build the other engine, you can just just look back at this one, and then you'll know basically how it goes together. So it's kind of good that way. Now we're going to work on the thrust block and the rest of the parts. 1 sec, I've got to get my just aside for the moment. Right, so we need is part E, and then part C is this tiny little bit. So I want to put this on first. And that goes put in this way in the middle. How tiny that is, look at that. Then you get part D. It's got a key-shaped hole in it, back and got a key-shaped part there. And then you get also part H, again key-shaped. And then what you do is screw them from the back with 2 EP screws. I'll do it off camera and I'll be back with you in a second. Right, that's them parts screwed and glued together. Tiny detail, but right. So now what you need to do is take part S. Wait, not part A, sorry, 32A, and take part S, which is this like gas cylinder thing. I put a bit of glue on the end of the pipe. Try not to drop anything. It just goes in the end there like that. And then the end of that pipe part will go. Hold on a sec. Put some glue on it. Go into the top of this. Like so. So fiddly, but so cool. Alright, put it down for a sec, let that dry. Need part M pipe, which is this weird shaped one. And you need part, what's that say, R. Of course, there's a hole in the end, part R. Get a peg, put glue on a peg. Not very forthcoming what way round it goes, so put it in temporarily for now. And then right, so this will go like that on. This comes out to the right, so this needs to twist. Probably what's best is probably to put this part on first and then put the pipe in after. That's what I can find. Goes in the middle peg. Where's my tweezers? And then that goes on the one on the right in the hole. It goes in that hole there. Don't think that's enough glue on that. Oh, it might do. I'll put a little bit more. Just put a load of glue on my finger. That's got a good start. While that dries, I'm going to go get this glue off my fingers. Brush is averted. Do want to get glue all over my fingers and all over the part. Right, so now what you need to do is get the pipe and this way round like that. It goes on the end of that, in the end of that pipe we just put on. Yeah, definitely recommend to put that part on first. To get the orientation right first before anything else. Because you don't want to glue that in place then find out it's the wrong position, do you? Right, that's in there like that for now. And then take part G So that's the smallest part. As I said, just off. There's so many different parts. Part G, the smallest part. Still a few parts left over for this first file. Let's get that part. And that goes right next to the weird pipe bar we just put on. Like so. Oh shit, I just fell out. So fiddly. Right, so that's in there. Very loosely at the moment. Now, right, for now, what you need to do is take the... I'll move them out of the way for a few seconds. Take the thrust block for assembly and rod base, and this will go this side of the engine, and the thrust block even. Line up all the pegs first. Before you do anything else, probably helps. Yeah. So that's the assembly we just built, put on the engine base. Oh, God. That's crazy, look at that. Right, so now, once that's on there, you secure that from the back with just one EP screw. Yeah, just one EP screw, and I'll be back with you in a second. Right, so that's that weird assembly put on there. So yeah, best I find is to put the pipes in first. Don't glue them in place, you can if you want, but push them in place, then glue it, screw it from the bottom to make life easier. And then you've got what part is this again? Part N, which is absolutely tiny, similar to the last part we put on, but a bit bigger than that. It's got like a wheel-shaped part on the top there, with this facing towards you. A little bit glue on. And that goes just in front of the engine, this side like that. Just a block even, thrust block. You're calling it engine, thrust block even. So it goes like there. Let's start checking the picture. All the tiny details in this is crazy, isn't it? Right, so now you take your part B, lubrication pump base. It's got a key shape. It goes this side of the engine. Of course, that's obviously where that goes. It goes in this little bit here. Thought it'd be easy to put this big part in. Tweezers, but yeah, I was wrong. What a beautiful day out there today, isn't it? Beautiful weather. I see, screw it from the back. I'll quickly do this on camera, it won't take long. Yeah, how's everyone going so far? Has any people got their parts? I know Dave Mack has got his next parts, 33, 36. So hoping I receive mine Monday. I tried to check to work and they're not been delivered to work. So usually I think they deliver them when it gets delivered to work. They get Monday week. I don't do weekends, so it's a bit of pain backside. We'll see. So then you take the even smaller part, which is part F. A tiny bit of glue on the end of the peg. This is where good tweezers come in handy. Especially. And that points outwards. See that hole? Yeah, that hole. There, like that. Probably won't matter if you put it left or right or back to front, but might as well do it as a picture shows. Then take second from last part, which is this pipe, and this is a D-shaped part. Yeah, it's a D-shaped peg and D-shaped hole. One more part of this, so we're almost done. It just goes right next to that part you just put in. A very weird angle for some reason. I think I've got a cold coming on. It's a bit annoying. And then one last part. Very long build today. It's this very strange shaped piece. Again, it's got a D-shaped peg, a D-shaped hole. And that will go just behind that pipe even. Like that. And that is that finally issue 32 done. Yeah, that was a build and a half. Got a lot done. There's the engine. Let's put it on the thrust block and base for now to show what it looks like. Yeah, so that's what it looked like. Look at that. I won't put it fully on yet because magazine hasn't told us to yet. So yeah, so that's it. So that's the issue 32 done. A bit more details on the engine and a lot more details on the thrust block and engine base. So I hope you. Almost forgot. Always do this, don't I? But as I said last time round, or time before that, issue 33 is a repeat of issue 31. So we're going to do all the pipes from issue 31 onto the was it the starboard engine? I think this is the port engine. So yeah, steel pipes for starboard engine. So I think 34 is the same as we just done as well. So let me know what you think in the comments. Please hit like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and see you next Sunday, hopefully, with issue 33. See you soon. Bye.
Please remember to hit the like button and the subscribe. See you soon in the next video. See you soon. Bye.